Some years ago, there was a little boy, Jimmy, born in the violent, tragic slum of Cité Soleil, Haiti. The only world he knew was the desperate conditions of the slum. No electricity, no running water, no sewage disposal. But he was somewhat unique in one way. His shack, his home, had both a mother and a father, and they loved him deeply. To circumvent the competing gangs, Jimmy's parents sent him to the Hands Together school. He was a quick learner. From books sent from the States, he studied and mastered English. He also discovered that he had a rare musical talent. He and his guitar, also sent from the States, became one. When Jimmy graduated from high school, Father Tom invited him to join the Hands Together staff as a liaison for visitors. Inspired by how much people from the States had given to Haitians, whom they had never even seen or met, Jimmy wrote his song, "It Is Possible." These are Jimmy's dreams for his country and a celebration of all that Hands Together has done. Jimmy is living proof of the miracle that Hands Together has wrought in Haiti. Please give generously to inspire many more Jimmys.
I love Father Martin. He's the best. I know, I see me. Last time I was at this Mass was last year with Jimmy, and I was staying down in San Marino, and I said, Jimmy, I'm taking a nap. I went to bed at 3 o'clock. I could get me up at about 5:15, okay? We'll have plenty of time to get over here. Okay, Doug. 5:45 or something. I wake up. Jimmy, you didn't wake me up. He was sleeping through his thing. I grab him. Don remembers. Don's up there. Don, you up there? Yep. Don remembers. We got here at like 6:15 for this 5:30 Mass. And anyway, it was last year. When we left, and shortly after we went back to Haiti together, it was a horrible hurricane. I've been hearing so much about hurricanes. A horrible Hurricane Matthew came into Haiti, and it stayed for about 48 hours and just hovered in a cyclone type of thing. And we were hearing these almost bizarre, horrific stories. Women were being ripped into the sky, like you see in the Wizard of Oz almost, and thrown into the ocean, and animals are being picked up and dumped miles and miles away from their villages. And all the churches had been blown down, and all the roofs and everything. So we said, we have to go and do something to help. And so we loaded up a big caravan full of building supplies and food. And we drove there. It took us 2 days to get there. From Port-au-Prince to Jeremy, then to Okai, and then to Jeremy. I remember arriving there and standing in the middle of Jeremy. Father Tom's with me, and I'm looking around. I'd been there before, and it resembled a little of what I remember. I can recognize nothing. Whole churches were leveled to the ground, just a pile of broken sticks and twigs almost. All the roofs on all the houses were gone. But that's not what was most disturbing. I'm sitting next to Father Tom, and I go, look at this. Do you hear that? He goes, I don't hear anything. I go, exactly. It was an area that was full of forestation, and whenever I would be there, it was just filled with birds, making all sorts of noises and flying around. And all the birds were dead, lying on the ground. Hundreds and hundreds of them. Dead dogs and cattle, human beings just floating in the water. We gave out 4,500 roofs to small homes and to chapels that needed new roofing material. And we didn't have enough money to give much food out because we couldn't afford to feed our children. We have 7,000 kids a day we got to feed in Port-au-Prince. And so we were telling our students how bad things were in Okai and Jeremy, and we wanted to help and give them some food. And so our students at the school in Port-au-Prince said, well, we won't eat this week. And they didn't eat. And we gave them food in Jeremy, where the dogs and the birds and the goats were all dead. And we did it with your funds. Thank God. You helped us that year. This film is about Jimmy and the idea that it's possible. And the seed that was planted in Jimmy's mind for him to write that song, I can tell you when it happened, because I was there. I was standing with him. I was crouching, actually sitting inside of a small hut in a town, a little slum area called Bellico, where our Clem Connolly School is built. And we have 7 schools in the slums of Port-au-Prince. And inside the little tiny hut that I was in, made out of sticks and cardboard and plastic bags, was a mother and one of our kindergarten students. And she was sitting cross-legged near her bedding. And this little kindergarten student, do not forget how they live. Don't think for a moment that we should forget how they live. She's never slept on a bed with clean sheets. She's never bounced down the stairs and opened her Christmas presents, never blown out a candle on her birthday cake. She's been carried to the clinics, too weak to walk so many times, looking up, watching her mother, watch her suffer from tuberculosis or typhoid, malaria. Her body's been racked with fever and pain and trauma from gunfighting around her, and she's only 7 years old. She's been through hell already. She's hungry all the time. She never gets enough to eat. She's forced to eat mud pancakes sometimes because her mother has nothing else. And she had a coloring book that was sent down to her by Holy Family. And her mother was making dinner for her, and she walked outside with a Coke bottle, one of those glass big Coke bottles, and it was broken in half, and scooping out water from the canal, the sewage canal. She would boil it to try to get it clear. She mixed it with a farina, okay, kind of a cream of wheat type of thing. It's called Petit Maïs in Haiti. A little girl was coloring this coloring book that Holy Family sent her, and she was excited about what she was looking at. And she said, and you might have heard me tell this story, but this is how it actually went. She said, Mama, gade sa, qui ça lié, Mama? Look at that picture, Mom. What is it? What is it? And the mother looked at me and went, I said, ça c'est un papillon. And the mother said, it's a butterfly. And she said, Mama, gade, Mama, is belle, c'est belle. Look at it, Mom, it's beautiful, it's so colorful. And the mother's looking at me, and the child said to her, Mama, est-ce que li existe? Est-ce que li vrai? Is it real, Mom? Is it real? And the mother looked at me, and I went, yeah, it's real. It's real. The kid goes, Mama, m'tab remen vleyon, yonju, kilum kebab weyon. Mommy, I'd like to see one. Someday I'd like to see one, butterfly. And Jimmy was in there, and I was in there, and the mother was in there, and the mother turned, and the mother said something, and she shook her head. No, Sherry, no, my dear. You'll never see one. Butterflies can't live where we live. There's no way a butterfly could live here. And Jimmy's nodding his head going, yeah, there's no way. She's right. You're never going to see one. I don't know why, but that really hit me, man. And all at once, it all happened all at once to me. And it came rushing at me. And I saw about 1,000, 10,000 mothers telling their little girl that they can never see a butterfly. And I felt this chill coming to me from a place that was very evil, snuffing out the light in our little children. And a poor mother not wanting to give a hope to a little child that they might see something beautiful in their world. everything in me that was Catholic, every piece in me that taught me that God is the creator of all life, that human beings are dwelling places for the Holy Spirit, and as such they're born with a dignity that they can never lose, came screaming at me. And Jimmy saying, "No, you'll never see one." And I said, "No, Jimmy, you tell that little girl that it's possible. It's possible. And it will be done. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to bring butterflies into this school. And we'll go back to Holy Family and we'll sit down at the table like we've done 100 times." And they said, "They can't bring water wells into Haiti. You guys can't do that, and it's impossible." They told us that, and we sat down, and Father Mom, we sat down here in Holy Family, and we figured out a way to buy a water well drill. We drilled 340 wells so far. 900,000 people are drinking water today after someone said it's not possible. And so Jimmy remembered that, and he wrote this song years later. He never forgot it. And so if I want to talk about the work that we're doing in Haiti, I really need to talk about you. You're the ones who help us make that possible. You're the ones who say, "No, Doug, tell the little girl it is possible, because we're behind you and we'll help you make it happen. And if we have to ship butterflies down or plant flowers or whatever we got to do, we'll do it." So I want to thank you for all that you have done. I want you to say some prayers for us that we can continue this work and continue to help little girls believe that something beautiful can exist in their life, despite being born in such a difficult place. And that's really what we're there for, to love them and tell them that they're worthwhile and that they're a magnificent, loved creature that loved infinitely by our Lord. And we need your help. So thank you very much. I'm going to bring up my friend and my mentor, Father Tom. God bless you. And Father Marlon, who loves you, baby. Thank you.
It's good to be here. I don't know how many years I've come here, but every time I look out at you, as I did yesterday when I first arrived, I go back to Haiti in a few hours. But what gives me the energy to go back is just looking at you now, because somehow we're all working together. But more than any other group, as I look out at you, I would like to just speak to you young people. I believe with my whole heart and my whole soul that one of the greatest resources we have in this country is our American young people. If our American young people are challenged, they can do extraordinary things. That old guy who just spoke to you was 20 years old when he first came to Haiti, and he was one of the older in the group. They would say things like, "Père Tom, we can get water for the people. They were dying because they had no water. It's possible." Now we feed or give almost 1 million people clean water a day. Young people would say, "Père Tom, we can get a school going." Now we have 23 schools. "We can start a farm, Père Tom." They do it. You see, there's nothing more powerful than the young people's dreams. And someone once said, "A mission by itself is pure drudgery. A dream by itself is pure nonsense. But a dream and a mission together is the hope of the world." One of those young men and women who were with Doug on those first couple of trips, Doug was only 20 years old when he put his arms around a leper woman, and the people said they couldn't believe that these American young people were reaching out to the lepers. We now have a clinic that serves over 1,200 in that leper clinic. But one of the group that was with you, Doug, his name was Rick Thorpe. And Rick was the one who wanted to get water for the people. Rick would be killed in the World Trade Center. We know now that Rick was helping people from the 89th to the 80th floor. And I like to think that what he learned in Haiti, he used that day in the World Trade Center. His child now is 16 years old. She always asks me, Father Tom, tell me about my father. And she wants to know about his trips to Haiti. And I tell her, and she's so proud. Well, my dear young people, as I look out at you now, there are people that don't want you to have a dream, but you got to believe, and you have to have that vision. You got to say, I want to build a better world. And it can be tough, but if you link your mission to that dream, we have hope. And the best way you can do that is to rededicate yourself to Jesus Christ. He's our best friend and our constant companion. Say, Lord, I need you. And He'll never abandon us. So any of you out there that sometimes have a bad day, and maybe your mission feels a little bit like a drudgery, pull back a little bit, even come in here by yourself and say, Lord, I need a hug. And I guarantee you'll get it. But more than that, you'll begin to dream again. I and all the people, all the young people, and there's probably been 1,000 of them over the years, they want to thank you too and encourage you, dear young people, to carry on their tradition. It doesn't have to be Haiti. It could be anywhere in the world. But remember, we're here for a reason. And we're here to build a better world and to help others. And my dear young people, be proud of your Catholic faith. Wow. Some of the greatest saints I know are the men and women of the New York Fire and Police Department that knelt down and asked for absolution before they went up into the World Trade Center. Be proud of your Catholic faith. Be proud of Pope John Paul II, who's shot 3 times. He goes to the prison cell to forgive the very man who tried to kill him. Be proud of your faith, believe in it, and realize the Lord God has given you a mission. And just looking at you now and seeing your faces, I'm ready to go back to Haiti, because I know we have a strong team. We love you. We're deeply grateful to you, all of you at Holy Family, and we'll never forget you. God bless you, and God love you.
I was reading this article earlier, and it said, Joseph said, do not be afraid and do not be discouraged, followed by, be strong and courageous. You know what I learned watching the video and listening? We are the ones who are strong to have the courage to help Haiti. And thank you, Doug and Father Tom, for being our missionary in Haiti. I've seen it myself. Every dollar that we give, or you give, is visible in Haiti. So thank you again. So Holly here is to help us a little bit. Thank you.
Well, I don't think I can say it any better than what these guys said. I was in Haiti in January. I roomed with John Panette. We cried there, we laughed there, we had the most amazing time. I have to say, all the money that has been donated all these years, it's amazing what they have done with it. Opening up 23 schools, the medical centers, the farms. And as you know and can imagine, it still takes money to continue these things on and make many more Jimmies out there to bring back Haiti. I'm sure some of you got these in the mail. It tells you how you can continue to support the program. If you did not, there are some in the pews. If you would like to talk to me or anybody afterwards, we'll be outside. Any amount would be appreciated, small, medium, large. There is nothing that would not be gratefully appreciated. And once again, thank you to Father Tom and Doug for everything you have done for this country and for our parish. They continue to say that we are all missionaries for them, for whatever we can do to help them. Thank you.